The Royal Beastflayers are among the strangest warbands to roam the mortal realms. Driven by madness and cursed by delusion, these hunters believe themselves to be noble aristocrats, carrying out glorious hunts in the name of their kingdom. Where others see monsters, they see magnificent beasts. Where others see cannibalistic horrors, they see loyal subjects and honorable warriors. Today, the entire Royal Beastflayers Warband will be brought to life using paints and hobby supplies from Green Stuff World. From the savage Offal Hounds to the terrifying Royal Flaymaster, each miniature will receive a grim, dark treatment worthy of the dark corners of the mortal realms. Before the hunt begins, a huge thank you goes to Green Stuff World for supporting Chimera Wargaming and helping make projects like this possible. Now, the hunt begins. Every great hunt begins long before the first blow is struck. Tracks must be found. Scents must be followed. Prey must be cornered. For the Royal Beastflayers, that responsibility falls to the Offal Hounds. These creatures are far removed from anything that could be considered an ordinary hunting dog, twisted by corruption, driven by insatiable hunger, and shaped by a lifetime spent feeding upon carrion and battlefield remains. They have become something far more disturbing. Within the delusions of the flesh-eater courts, these beasts are seen as loyal hunting companions worthy of noble masters, faithful hounds that accompany aristocrats on glorious hunts through the wilderness. The reality, however, is considerably darker. To an outside observer, they are little more than starving predators, scavengers driven by instinct and an endless craving for flesh. This contrast between illusion and reality is one of the defining themes of the flesh-eater courts and plays a significant role throughout the painting process. The goal is not simply to paint a monster. The goal is to paint a creature that exists somewhere between tragedy and horror. Work begins with the flesh. A pale and unhealthy skin tone is chosen to establish the sickly appearance that characterizes the entire warband. Rather than appearing healthy or heroic, the skin must look stretched, worn, and weathered by years of survival in a brutal world. Several thin layers are gradually applied, building subtle transitions while preserving the details sculpted into the miniature. As additional layers are introduced, the anatomy begins to emerge. Muscles become more defined. Tendons become more visible. The creatures slowly start to look as though they are constantly on the verge of collapse, held together only by instinct and relentless determination. Careful shading is then used to deepen the recesses and increase the sense of volume. This stage is particularly important because the Offal Hounds possess a surprising amount of texture despite their relatively small size. Every fold of skin, every scar, and every damaged area contributes to the overall character of the model. Particular attention is given to the wounds and exposed flesh. These details tell a story all by themselves. These are not creatures that have lived peaceful lives. Every scar suggests a previous hunt. Every wound hints at a desperate struggle for survival. Every damaged patch of skin serves as a reminder of the savage existence they endure. The faces receive special attention as the painting progresses. The eyes, mouths, teeth, and claws help establish the predatory nature of the creatures and naturally draw the viewer's attention. The teeth are carefully defined to create the impression of beasts capable of tearing through flesh with terrifying efficiency. Meanwhile, Subtle highlights across the face help bring additional character to each miniature. Despite belonging to the same unit, no two hounds should feel entirely identical. Small variations help create the illusion of individuality and reinforce the idea that each beast has survived countless hunts alongside its masters. As the painting nears completion, weathering and additional shading help tie everything together. The goal is to make these creatures appear as though they have spent their lives stalking through mud, blood, and the forgotten corners of the mortal realms. Although they are among the smallest miniatures in the warband, the Offal Hounds play an incredibly important role in establishing the overall atmosphere of the project. They are often the first models that catch the viewer's eye. They set the tone for everything that follows. By the time the final highlights are applied, the transformation is complete. What began as simple plastic miniatures now feels like a pack of relentless predators, silent hunters lurking at the edge of the wilderness, waiting patiently for the signal to strike. With the hounds complete, attention turns toward the core of the hunting party. The Ghoul trackers and Gore Squires form the backbone of the Royal Beastflayers. These are the hunters who stalk the wilderness in search of prey, guided by the same madness that afflicts all followers of the Carrion King. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Flesh Eater courts is the contrast between reality and perception. To the outside world, these creatures are little more than ravenous cannibals. Yet within their delusions, they see themselves as noble hunters, serving a glorious kingdom. That tragic contradiction provides endless inspiration during the painting process. While maintaining a consistent color palette across the warband, subtle variations are introduced to ensure each miniature feels unique. Different skin tones, slightly altered details, and individual weathering effects help create the impression of distinct characters rather than identical soldiers. The skin remains the primary focus. Multiple layers are used to create depth and texture while preserving the pale, unhealthy appearance that defines the faction. Leather straps, bone decorations, and the primitive weapons receive careful attention as well. Each material must remain visually distinct while still fitting within the grim-dark aesthetic of the project. As more details are completed, the personalities of the individual hunters begin to emerge. Some appear more savage and feral. Others seem almost disciplined in their posture and equipment. These small visual differences help reinforce the storytelling potential of the warband. By the end of this stage, the hunting pack is beginning to take shape, and the narrative of the Royal Beastflayers becomes increasingly clear. The final miniature of the project is the Royal Flaymaster. If the Beastflayer Baron represents leadership, then the Flaymaster represents the darker side of the warband's madness. This model perfectly captures the unsettling horror that lies beneath the delusions of the Flesh Eater courts. Covered in trophies, flayed skins, and ritualistic details, the miniature stands out immediately from the rest of the force, and painting the Flaymaster provides an opportunity to explore a variety of textures. Skin, leather, bone, cloth, and exposed flesh all require different approaches. The challenge lies in ensuring each material remains visually distinct while maintaining a cohesive overall appearance. Particular focus is placed upon the flayed hides hanging from the miniature. These details create natural focal points and reinforce the grim-dark atmosphere that defines the project. Careful layering and shading allow the textures to stand out without becoming overly saturated. As the painting progresses, the Flaymaster emerges as one of the most visually striking miniatures in the Warband. The model combines horror, tragedy, and storytelling in equal measure. By this stage, all the techniques and colors used throughout the project come together. The result is a force that feels unified while still allowing each character to maintain a unique identity. With the Royal Flaymaster complete, the hunt is finally ready to begin. The hunt is complete. Before them stands a fully painted Royal Beastflayers Warband, a gathering of deluded nobles, savage hunters, and ravenous beasts prepared to roam the darkest corners of the mortal realms, from the feral Offal Hounds to the imposing Beastflayer Baron and the sinister Royal Flaymaster. Every miniature contributes to the unique identity of the Warband. The combination of tragic lore, exceptional miniature design, and endless opportunities for storytelling makes the Royal Beastflayers one of the most distinctive warbands available for Warcry. Projects like this demonstrate why narrative-driven miniature painting remains such a rewarding part of the hobby. Each model tells a story. Each scar carries a memory. Each trophy represents a hunt long forgotten. A final thank you goes to Green Stuff World for supporting Chimera Wargaming and helping bring projects like this to life. Let us know in the comments which miniature is your favorite and how you would paint your own Royal Beastflayers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Until next time, keep painting, keep creating, and embrace the grimdark. Welcome to Chimera Wargaming.